GRWM people, welcome back to my channel again. As you see by the title, today I'm gonna be getting ready as usual. Get ready with me for whatever the fuck I'm gonna do after, and please join me in this little rant because that's all I freaking do nowadays. I like to rant. I like to get it out and get out my emotions. It's Gemini season and Geminis are the communicators, and I'm just here to communicate life through this beautiful, amazing universe I'm so lucky to be in. I'm here to make your life better. Just kidding. If you like listening to rants and just random thoughts from a random girl on the internet, please keep on watching and enjoy. If you think I'm cool and you like videos like this, please like it so I can know and I can make more videos like this, because I know sometimes we need to know. We need a stranger to freaking tell us what we already know in our minds, because I know you're strong, but even I need someone to just fucking slap me sometimes and slap some sense into me and ground me and tell me, hey, everything's gonna be okay. And it's important to talk about things that nobody talks about. So yeah, keep on watching and get ready with me. Okay guys, so today's makeup, I'm gonna be going for more of a pretty girl look, because I might be going out somewhere. But anyways, I was just literally reading a book right now. It's called The Alchemist, and I'm getting so into this book. It's so interesting, and I'm so proud of myself for getting back into my reading habits, because it's been a while. So I'm gonna be using the Huda Beauty one, the rose quartz. I love this palette. It's so beautiful and like all the colors are so pretty. I'm gonna be using the pink one though. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time to watch my weird little videos, because they really help me a lot. It helps me to make them. It relaxes me, it grounds me. But yeah, in this video I wanted to kind of talk about something that I've just been thinking about a lot. I've been thinking about how like humans nowadays are just unable to be vulnerable, and how like I feel like social media is like the main reason why. Like social media is like designing people to just want to be a certain way and have a certain type of personality, and people are losing their vulnerability. I can't even say that word, vulnerability. And it's just sad. It's saddened to me, because I feel like also as women, we're kind of the ones that carry this feeling and this emotion, because women are more capable of being vulnerable than men. But the fact that even women are losing their vulnerability is like really concerning and really sad, because we're the ones that are supposed to be teaching the children how to be vulnerable. And people might not think that it's important, and being vulnerable like really doesn't affect your life in any way, but I feel like it does. Like being vulnerable is one of the strongest traits that a human could have, in my opinion, because not anyone can just be vulnerable. And yeah, social media has just made it way harder, because it's so easy to judge people, and people are afraid to open up and express themselves freely because people are so judgmental, and a lot of people, they feel like they have the power to judge others, and it's not right. And if you really think about it, being vulnerable can literally help you in so many ways. Like, if you're in a long-lasting relationship, being unable to be vulnerable, it's gonna make your relationship harder, because sometimes you really do need to open up. Like, it doesn't matter how strong you want people to think that you are. Like, sooner or later, you're going to have to be vulnerable. Like, if you're gonna be with someone, you're probably gonna marry this person one day, and like, what, you're not gonna be vulnerable when you guys are getting married? Or what the hell? Like, how do you really know someone on a deeper level if it's not through vulnerability? Like, that's the only way, I feel. And yeah, social media is literally destroying so much shit for people. People are becoming freaking robots. I'm gonna add some glitter. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna just do whatever, because I don't know for how long I'm gonna be alone in peace with no one to bother me, because I'm home alone. As usual, I make these videos rarely when I'm home alone, and I'm just talking to myself because there's no one here at all. But yeah, guys, like, being vulnerable comes with being able to accept a lot of parts of you that you just push to the side. Like, for example, your traumas, a lot of it just is pushed to the side. All the pain and struggles that we go through, you can't just push them to the side. Like, it's very important to be aware and have that thought. Well, not all the time, but like, be very aware of like your pain and your struggles, and when you're going through the pain and you're struggling in your life, learning how to face the pain and the struggles will just make the process a little easier than just pushing it to the side, because it's just gonna create more problems on top of each other. All this struggle that you went through, how would you possibly know what to avoid in a future situation where you find yourself up against the wall with fear in your mind? Like, we have to learn from our mistakes, and making mistakes comes with not being scared. And trust me, I know it's hard, because I struggle with it too. Like, I hold back a lot because fear is literally the #1 killer. I wish a lot of people would just understand how important it is to acknowledge your pain and your struggle, and just be aware of it. Like, remember that you had it once in your life. But yeah, I feel like social media is just making things harder. It's like closing people off. A lot of people are very, very unhappy in this world. But we don't take the time to think about why, the reasons why, or what's really affecting your mind deep down. Sometimes things really are deeper than they seem.
can always look completely different. God damn it.
I wish more people understood that life is more about how you perceive things than what you're really looking at. Everything really is in your mind if you think about it. A lot of the problems that you think exist around you actually only exist in your mind. And the problems are there because of how you're perceiving the situations around you. Like literally getting fired from your job could sometimes be a blessing in disguise, and we're over here blocking our own blessings by not accepting change into our life and just becoming stuck in the same cycles and getting too comfortable to the point where you never grow at all. And trust me, I say this because I struggle with this. My whole life I've had struggled with self-doubt and like fear of what other people perceive me as. Like I used to be like that a lot when I was younger in high school, and self-doubt has never, let me confirm this, has never ever helped me or benefited me in any way. So we just have to learn how to let go of that. Like I know it's like the hardest thing us as humans could do, because we are our biggest judgment and we are like our biggest enemy a lot of times, because we do stop ourselves from doing a lot of things more than others stop us. Oh my god, this eyeliner, I swear I can never get it the same. I'm gonna cry. I understand like the era that we're living, the social media era, is pretty weird. There's so much, like, why wouldn't you have self-doubt when you open your phone and what do? The first thing you do is compare your life to someone else's when you have no idea what this person is actually living. Like you can't judge off of just a picture or a short video. And I feel like a lot of this new generation of teenagers are being affected more than like my generation. I feel so bad for my siblings, my younger siblings generation, because I see how the girls are, how it's so easy to compare yourself to other women, and it makes it hard for you to find your own individuality, because we are our own soul inside. No matter how similar we are, you are unique and there's no one else like you out there, exactly like you. No, I am a firm believer that social media is creating a lot of these trending mental illnesses, because a lot of times it's literally just a blockage of energy inside you, a mental blockage that could literally cause you to think that there's something wrong with you. But no, there's nothing wrong with you. There's just something you're not doing right in your life and with your mind controlling you. Like it makes it very hard for you to be in control of your own life. Like trust me, I have struggled with body dysmorphia from like as long as I could remember, and now being in my adult life, I see things for what they are, and I know that it's there. I know, I'm very aware that sometimes I might look in the mirror and what I see is completely different than what is actually there. It's just all about reminding yourself and affirming yourself that you're good, that you're beautiful, that you matter. Like, when it comes to anxiety, you are your own solution, literally. You are your best help and you are your best doctor. And I know that it's like a really hard topic to talk about, especially coming from someone that doesn't have anxiety. But I know a lot of people with anxiety, and I believe that every individual is powerful enough to control, because it's all about control. That's literally what life is about, control, in good ways and in bad ways. Like, I saw my own boyfriend dominate his anxiety and put his foot down and just be like, you know what, like, I'm in control. And right now he's thriving, literally he's thriving. But like, obviously it takes time and it takes baby steps, but anybody can do it. Anybody, you are your biggest healer, trust me. You can't believe what others tell you about yourself. Like, remember that before anyone's judgment, your judgment is the one that matters. Because if the world is telling you that you aren't good enough, but you look in the mirror and you feel good enough, that's all that matters. Like, literally, it's that easy. Just switch your mentality to choosing. You choose your happiness. You choose if you're gonna have a bad day. Don't let another person choose that you're gonna have a bad day because they pissed you off. Because at the end of the day, when you tell yourself, I'm having a bad day, your brain doesn't know the difference between you being sarcastic and you actually having a bad day. So your brain is going to create these random small things that are going to cause you to have a bad day. Going back to the body dysmorphia stuff, I feel like it's just getting worse. Like, sadly, it makes me so angry because everybody can just do whatever the fuck they want with their lives. Like, literally, like, no one can tell you what you can do. But at the same time, we have to remember that we are one. Like, we're all one race, one human race. Like, there's no such thing as actual races, like Mexican and white. Like, no, that's not a real thing. It's a made-up, man-made thing just to separate us. We're a human race and we have to work and think as one. Like, women need to uplift each other. Like, if I was a famous person, a famous celebrity or influencer, whatever, and I got work done, I would fucking scream it to the world. Like, I would let everyone know, because it's educating people. Like, it makes me sad that these women are putting false standards for the young women, and it's creating things like anorexia and body dysmorphia and all these mental illnesses. They're not actually real. Like, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you can't let a doctor diagnose you, because that just means you're not the shepherd, you're the sheep. You get me? Like, we need to learn how to be our own doctors again. Stop depending on others to tell you that you're sick. No, you're not. You're just a little damaged, and that's it. You went through something harsh and it led you with this trauma that you're dealing with. If it's body dysmorphia, anxiety, PTSD. I've had PTSD myself too, but I learned how to dominate it because I faced my traumas, and I told myself that my traumas were not gonna control my life and tell me when I'm gonna feel super sad or scared. Like, no. It's so hard, trust me. It's hard to look in the mirror and not see exactly what you want to see or what you think others see as pretty, because like the whole definition of beauty in this generation is so fucked up, so like out of reach and out of reality. Like, no, the definition of beauty used to be something else. Like, there's so many ways someone can be beautiful for so many reasons. Like, the definition of beauty has literally been hijacked by fucking men, by miserable men that think we exist for them. Like, no, we don't. We are way more powerful without you guys, on our own. So if you're watching this and you've been feeling very doubtful of yourself and you're bringing yourself down, how dare you? How dare you? Like, the world is already gonna fuck you up every single day. Don't do this to yourself. Learn to trick your mind. If you're waking up today very sad and depressed for no reason, tell yourself, look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, no, you're not gonna do this to me. I already have the whole world to fight against, to prove myself that I am worth it. Like, I don't need you in the mirror to tell me that I'm gonna have a bad day. I'm gonna have a good day. Trick your mind. And if you have to cry about it a little bit, cry about it. Just, you might just be getting your period and that's it. Like, don't overanalyze your feelings, the negative ones. Don't analyze them, because overanalyze them, because most likely a lot of these feelings, negative emotions that you're feeling, they didn't even come from you. Like, just let them pass through, feel them. Anger, let it go. Your feelings don't control you. You are in charge. Remember that, guys. I think it's important that we all practice self-expression, especially towards ourselves. Because yes, it's very important to express love and careness for others, but like, unless you're receiving these things yourself, you won't be able to share them with others. And if there's no one there that's sharing and expressing themselves beautifully about you, that's why mirrors exist. Because when you look in the mirror, the only person you see is you, and you're the most important person in your life. Sorry guys, I can't talk. Like, sometimes I feel like making my videos in Spanish, because sometimes I just can't speak English. I think we need to normalize literally doing these things on the daily. Like, if there's nobody there to ask you how was your day, just pretend when you go home. Pretend like somebody asked you and tell yourself, hey, I had a great day today. Or if you did have a bad day, just be like, hey, I'm thankful for this day, but I know tomorrow will be better. And it will, because any day is better than the last, because it's a new day and it's a new start. It's a new page for you to write. And you decide if this chapter of your life is going to be sad or if it's going to be the happiest. I always try to stay as positive as I can, no matter what. Throughout the years, I've learned that nothing really matters and nothing is promised in this life. We just gotta live day by day, making every single day a new experience and living every single day as if it's the first day of life you've ever experienced or the last. Like, I feel like if you think like that, there's no way that you can't have a beautiful day. Like, let's just be more open to new things, new adventures, and who cares if you have kids? Get a babysitter, go out with your man to a random place. Don't make plans. Don't expect your man to make plans or your girl to make plans. Just be spontaneous, because I feel like when things aren't planned, they're kind of more fun. And like, why do you want to know everything? And why do we want to control everything in our lives? Like, why? We're free spirits. Well, I am. I mean, why wouldn't you want to be a free spirit? We're literally free souls. We're not enslaved in any type of way. We can do whatever we want with our lives, as long as it's good, obviously. As long as you're not hurting anyone, like, just do what you wanted to do. Try what you always wanted to try. Go to the place you've always wanted to go. Stop second guessing. Stop overthinking. And just do it, because one day you're just gonna wake up and realize that your life just passed by and you were just overthinking so many situations, overlooking so many opportunities. At the end of the day, we all want to be vulnerable. We all crave vulnerability. We just don't have a lot of people around us that we could be vulnerable with. A lot of times you feel like you can't even trust your own brother or sister, and you can't open up because you're so scared of what others think of you. But it doesn't really matter, because no matter what, you're never going to be able to be in someone's mind, and you'll never actually know what someone actually thinks about you unless they tell it to you. So what should matter is what you think about yourself. And if you think that you're a cool ass person and you have a nice heart, that's all that matters, literally. And you know you're not hurting anyone, and you're a good person, and you have good thoughts, and you have great actions. That's all that matters, literally. Cut yourself some slack, and the same way that you bring yourself down and you judge yourself, remember to bring yourself up and be there for yourself when you're actually doing good and you feel good about whatever you are doing in your life in that moment or in whatever situation. Like, we gotta learn how to be proud of ourselves when we do good things and give ourselves the credit that should be given, because a lot of times we focus on the negative a lot, and you're not gonna live a fully happy life living like that. Anyways, guys, I think this would be the end of this video. Thank you so much for listening to my rants, and just remember to always be there for yourself. Always put yourself first and then others. Unless you're a mom, then put your kids first. But like if you have a boyfriend, always put yourself first and then him. Don't forget that. You're the one that matters, because at the end of the day, we're all dying alone. We came to this world alone and we're leaving alone. So remember to treat yourself good. Treat yourself like a queen, because we're all blessed to be here, and we're all blessed to have this experience of being a human that is very short-lived, sadly. And yeah, remember to be kind to yourself, and I hope this video helped at least one person. If you were feeling sad, I hope I made you smile. And yeah, thank you for supporting my video. If you watched it, I love you so much. If you're watching this, I love you. And I know there's people in your life that love you and care about you. And if you are someone that is kind of alone, because I know there's people realistically that live a very lonely life, you're not lonely, and I love you, and the universe loves you. Thank you for watching. Stay groovy.